throws. He lays out and makes the catch.
And we're back for another episode of the Double Switch Podcast. Phil's up 2-0 on the Arizona Diamondbacks, who they weren't ready. I mean, say what you want, but they were just not ready for Citizens Bank Park in October. Phil's with a massive lead going back to Arizona where, I mean, the D-backs fans are selling their tickets for cheap. I don't think they're super invested anymore in their team after seeing the just pitiful display of baseball over the past 2 days. Johnny, they were outclassed in every aspect of the game. Wow. Just wow. What we're playing out of our minds right now. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Can you even blame the Diamondbacks fans for feeling deflated? They just got a game 1 and game 2 punch in the face. And if I'm a D-backs fan, I don't think my team's getting back up. They weren't like light losses. That last night hurt for them. That you can't get shut out 10-0 in the playoffs.
Yeah. To really describe the two games, I mean, they were humbling to the D-backs. That was a team that was riding high coming into Citizens Bank Park, and they kind of felt like they could beat anybody because they had. Up until that point, they had not lost a playoff game. And they come here, and they don't think too much of the atmosphere. We all saw Merrill Kelly's comments. And then they just got humbled. That's exactly what this team's doing to opponents right now. The 104-win Atlanta Braves come up here and they're humbled. And, the Miami Marlins, who were excited to get in, they come up here and they're humbled. And this team, the way they're playing right now, and I'm not just alone in this thought. All of national media agrees. All of Philadelphia agrees. This is a formula that is perfect for right now. And they're playing well. And they look like they're just a juggernaut at this point. I mean, last year, we were excited and we knew we had a good team, but every win kind of just it's hard to explain, but every win was kind of like a pleasant surprise in its own way. This team, with the talent here, with the mojo that they have, they feel like they should be doing this, and they are. And it just feels different this year. Last year it felt like your first day of something, your first day of school, first day on the job, you're all excited and a ton of emotions. They look like they've been here before. I feel like we've been here before. And this is a team that's just rolling right now.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, they just look like they're an unstoppable force right now. I mean, I hate to get cocky because it's game 2.
I know. It's not my style. I don't like doing that. But how do you not feel cocky after seeing them dismantle? Like the D-backs didn't come here after they just won a wild card series and, they depleted all their stuff to try to get in. They came out here with their 2 best pitchers, their 2 best arms, and they got flattened, absolutely flattened by this Phillies offense. And this fun lineup we were talking about, I mean, they ran into Nola and Wheeler, who do you ever remember? I mean, I guess we have seen it, but just a pitching staff pitching like this in the playoffs. I mean, this is reminiscent of literally 2011, like that team, the stretch they're on right now. They're pitching like that caliber of a pitching staff, and it's just between that and an offense that's putting balls out of the ballpark like nobody's business. The stars are rolling. The secondary pieces that were kind of struggling so far up until this point, they're rolling now. The bullpen is untouchable. No weaknesses.
Still feels like we got to tread lightly, though,
Yeah.
I know even me last night, I had a couple beers and I was thinking D-backs look like a college team. Give us the World Series, but we do have to win 4 games. We've only won 2. We are leaving a great home field advantage. And to be honest, it does feel more like a Phillies thing to do to lose to the number 3 starter after dominating the number 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the D-backs snuck out a game, maybe even 2 games. But in a 7-game series, this series is guaranteed to come back to Citizens Bank Park, and I don't think anything's going to change for the D-backs if they come back. I mean, they were rolling into the series so high already. Like, I don't think they'll be able to handle closing us out at our home ballpark.
Yeah, that's the kicker.
I don't want to say anything that you know what I'm trying not to say, but it just feels like the D-backs look gassed. We look unstoppable. It feels like the train's already pulled away from the station. And barring any just dramatic developments in terms of the D-backs coming out of nowhere and turning it all around, and the Phils, just every aspect of the Phils just going downhill, I think that it's fair for you and I, for all of Philadelphia, to really start thinking about what this team can actually do the rest of the playoffs, because that they look like a team that can't be stopped at this point.
Well said. I mean, that sums it up.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten into the actual games. We've just been talking about the team. So game 1, just a super quick recap. This won't be a super long episode. I just want to get on here with you and kind of talk about like how I'm feeling, how you're feeling. But game 1, Zack Wheeler continues to be postseason legend. Oh, this is another fun fact. Zack Wheeler, who the whole league is afraid of right now in the face in the playoffs, because he's this superstar. He's this big postseason pitcher. On this pitching staff, including all the bullpen arms who have pitched, he has the second worst ERA. Did you see that stat? Did you see that?
I think you might have sent it to me, but there goes the screen again.
Oh no!
You got a funny looking face when it's frozen now, so that's good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you get the point. That is insane, like truly insane, and I don't even know like what the takeaway from that is. They're rolling, especially the pitching staff.
It's a huge testament to Ranger and Nola. I mean, we knew what Ranger could do, but I mean, we got to talk about Nola, man.
Not just the rotation, Johnny. The whole all the pitchers.
Oh,
that bullpen has a better ERA. Yeah, out of 9 qualified pitchers in ERA, Wheeler's number 8 out of 9.
That is absurd.
Any guesses on who's below him?
Honestly, no. Who is it?
You could guess it. Try again.
Wait, who is a worse one?
Yeah. Who's number
Jeff
9?
Alton?
No, surprisingly.
Gregory Soto.
Yes, Soto's below him. But anyway, back to game 1. Wheeler comes out and he looks amazing. We get to Gallen. He kind of puts up a clunker. And you know, I would say it was a super interesting game, but it really wasn't. I mean, the Phils kind of just took care of business in game 1. The D-backs were probably really trying to sneak one out there. You had Gallen on the hill, hoping for some kind of hometown magic out of the Bishop Eustace kid. They didn't get it. And the rest of game 1's kind of history. You know, it wasn't the most magical game. It's just a Phils team that's taking care of business right now.
Yeah, I got to say that one thing about Gallen that came out online, that he was a Cardinals fan, that one really, that's karma.
Yeah.
He was rooting. He's our age, man. He's rooting for the Cardinals in the 2011 playoffs. I mean, that's just, you get what you get,
he probably would have had a soft spot for some Phillies fans if he was like, you know, hometown Phils fan. But, you know, once we found out he was a Cardinals fan, it's pretty much, you know, the only thread that he had just broke, and see ya. Best of luck to you. Zack Gallen. We get to Zack Gallen, and the D-backs fall behind 0-1. Second game, I was actually kind of worried about Merrill Kelly, because I think that he seems to have some sort of poise. Well, I thought he had some sort of poise. And with his comments of there's no way Citizens Bank Park can be as loud as the World Baseball Classic, which, to be fair, I don't think he was really like throwing shade at the Phils when he said that. No, and he actually like possibly might have been right, because the World Baseball Classic was insanely loud. Like I don't think he was trying to like make any enemies there, but the timing of it was poor, and you don't give a fan base a reason like that to taunt you even more. I mean, you don't need that. So
Don't even
the comment was the comment was ill advised, but he said it, and he gives up the solo shot to Turner, and gives up a couple more solo shots, and I don't think he pitched super bad, but he went up against Aaron Nola, who isn't getting the credit he deserves. He's been amazing, and he's I mean, what's the most amount of money you've ever made in a day, Johnny? A couple hundred, probably.
Sure.
Aaron Nola is making millions of dollars every start, right?
Yep.
He's making just all that money we were talking about him losing during the season by pitching bad. He's making it all back right now because he looks amazing. His ERA is under 1, and we've been talking about Wheeler, and his ERA is in the mid twos. So Nola has been every ounce of the Aaron Nola that we think he can be, and he doesn't seem to be faltering kind of like he did last year. I think that's because his regular season innings were a little lower, so I think he's feeling a little more refreshed. He made a mechanical tweak, and he just looks in complete control out there, and it's I mean, that's probably the biggest theme of this season compared to last season, right? We don't just have Wheeler and Ranger Suarez, who's become a very good postseason pitcher. We have Aaron Nola, who's pitching as good as he can possibly pitch right now, and it's that 1-2 combo we always hoped we would have coming to this point.
It's so great to see. I'm a Nola homer. I love that guy, and I wanted to see him succeed in these situations, and I think it's so cool for him. And baseball really is like, what have you done for me lately? Because no one's going to remember his regular season anymore. Like you said, he's making all his money back from poor pitching in the regular season. Like, teams see that, like all the guys that are going to be trying to sign him in the offseason, they see this, and he's going to be a very, very rich man.
Yeah, I texted you today, and I said this is probably the best his relationship has ever been with the city. He seems to really be embracing us more than he was never one of those people who really came out and spoke about like the city, the fans, and he's not that type of personality, but I feel like he's kind of embracing it a little more now. And the fans are reciprocating it because you and I know better than anybody that people generally love to throw shade at Aaron Nola. We've gone over this before. They'll look for every excuse to bash him, and it doesn't feel like they take up the opportunities to, praise him and compliment him. But nothing but good vibes out of the fan base towards Nola, and it just feels like we're on a collision course towards a contract extension. Honestly, it just feels that way.
Give him the money. It's not mine.
It feels inevitable at this point. But yeah, Aaron Nola, amazing again. Offense was amazing again. I feel bad for some of those D-backs relievers who just got absolutely shelled. It's top to bottom at this point. You have Alec Boehm coming up with big doubles. Schwarber, 2 home runs. Trey Turner is a October legend. Bryce Harper was quiet, and we won 10-0. That should kind of just explain everything you need to know about how deep and how well this team's playing top to bottom. If you can win 10-0 without Bryce Harper leaving his mark on the game, man, just rolling over people right now.
Yeah, even like everything is going like great. I mean, Boehm looking like an absolute gold glover at third, just full extension, just playing his ass off. It's wonderful to see. I mean, really firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and in a game where we're up 6-0, 7-0, we don't have to use our A+ relievers, the Alvarados, the Kimbrels, but we have in games like that, we're so deep in the bullpen that we go to Hoffman, Strom, and Kirkring. It's everything we had issues with last year, it just feels resolved now, and we can get on here and kind of nitpick, but there's nothing to nitpick at right now. It's weird. It's just a weird place to be. And it feels special. It feels like it just feels like something special is really happening right now.
It Sure does. It feels different from last year. And I agree with you. Usually, like, we would have at least something about the game. One of those two games that we'd be like, like, can't have that. Like, but like the one thing I'm thinking of is like, are they going to bring it after kind of thumping them? And from what I've seen from this Phillies team, they hold themselves very accountable and they don't take anything for granted. And I think they're going to come out booming Game 3 because that's the vibe. I mean, these guys want. It's just so cool to see how much they want this ring, how much the fans want this ring, how much ownership wants this ring. Everyone's united in the same goal right now, and it's amazing. And it feels like we're a buzzsaw, an unstoppable force, just tearing through these poor teams.
Yeah, we're going to Arizona now for Game 3 tomorrow, afternoon game.
You buy tickets?
I didn't, but I know a lot of people in Philadelphia did, and I wouldn't be surprised if once they get on TV and we see the crowd, if there's a lot of Phillies hats, and we're gonna make our presence felt, and it's gonna be even better for the guys to kind of see us travel and support them in Arizona. But I don't know if they're even gonna need it at this point. They're firing on all cylinders. I'd like to wrap it up at home, but I fully believe that they're going to take care of business on the road. And I don't think that this series is another game takes place in the series at Citizens Bank Park. I think they can wrap it up there.
I tend to agree with you. Do you have any PTO? We can still get a ticket for Friday.
Ticket for Friday? I do have PTO, but I don't know how well my boss is going to like me throwing this on her just last minute. Maybe in hindsight's 2020.
Is your boss a Mets fan?
No, I don't actually. Maybe I'll ask, but no, I might have to count me out for this one. But I'll happily be watching at home for sure.
Yeah, probably me too. Realistically, I don't think a flight to Arizona is responsible, but
more interestingly than our series, ironically, is Astros down 2-0. It looks like the Rangers kind of have a similar vibe going on, and we can kind of start to look ahead to that. We don't have to go too deep, but Rangers up 2-0 going home with Scherzer on the hill. I think that I think we're kind of seeing how that's going to play out already,
Yeah, I think so, and I really didn't want to look ahead to that in this episode because I don't want to jinx us or anything, but man, would it feel nice to just dismantle Max Scherzer in the playoffs.
Yeah, that would be so poetic too.
What team has seen Max Scherzer more than the Phillies over the years? Like no one.
Yeah, I mean, Bryce Harper and Max Scherzer alone have such an interesting matchup history. Yeah, I guess we're gonna kind of have to watch that play out. But yeah, I don't really have anything else for this episode. Just good vibes, good baseball, and this is everything we could have hoped for.
Yeah, I mean, I did not. I expected a lot out of the 2023 Phillies after 2022, but to be this hot again in the playoffs, it's special. It really is, and watching every game it's just been awesome. And let's keep the good vibes going, keep the foot on the gas, and let's knock the Diamondbacks out.
6 more, Topper.
6 more, Topper. Let's go.
Alrighty. Well, with that being said, I'm going to fix my camera, so we're good to go for next episode. And you guys will hear from us once they're done in Arizona, which is going to be Sunday. I think this is next off day, right? Sunday? Feels like it's Sunday.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure yet. I didn't really look ahead at the days yet.
Well, when they're done out there, we'll be back to talk to you guys, and hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. I think you guys already know what we're hoping for. Hopefully, we'll be doing a little. We'll be doing a little preview for a different team. But yeah, as always, thank you guys for listening. Go check out Pick Swap Media. I'm sure they're talking a little Phils too. Honestly, I mean, who isn't talking Phils nowadays?
Talk of the town.
It's the talk of the town. Town's all red. All the buildings are red, and go Phils! Red October, baby. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Go Phils, baby.